at the Metrograph in New York City for the Nocturnal to talk to the cast of the TBS comedy Search Party. How would you say that this show will connect to young people better than other shows and forms of entertainment out there at the moment?
I don't think it'll necessarily connect to young people more so than other stuff. It's hard, it's hard to know what kids are watching. Sometimes they just watch YouTube shows and strange videos they make. It's a lot of content out there. But I think that this has a very mature, smart view on, but still being from the inner voice. It's not like someone else being objective about it. It's feels like it's written from the people it's about. You know what I mean? So that's a better sense, I think.
What I really do enjoy about the characters is, yes, they're easy to laugh at, but they're also incredibly intelligent. They're also very well drawn out. Can you speak to portraying those elements?
I think it says to the writers and all the people involved. Everyone had really great taste, and everyone was just very collaborative, no egos, which is always the goal to make anything good. It just has to be everyone's ideas and not be precious about it. So.
What I've really noticed about this show, it's a very unique representation of young people. It mocks millennials, but I think it also portrays them in a very unique and interesting light that we haven't seen before. So could you speak to that?
Yeah, well, what I think is so interesting about it is millennials are, me included, we are often made fun of for kind of constantly being in our phones and being this kind of pampered social media age. I'm not making much sense. But what's so fun about the show is seeing that kind of person thrust into a very high-stakes situation. So they're suddenly dealing with truly life or death stakes, and it's hilarious in a screwball way, but it also is really revealing, and it makes them all very vulnerable because they can't hide behind snark anymore. They have to suddenly deal with very real things right in front of them. So it's a very, very smart device to show what's behind these kind of affected people.
Something we've actually just been discussing a lot with the rest of the cast is the fact that comedy right now in this current climate is so valuable. And I think that people might look back on TV comedies in years to come as defining different generations. I was wondering if you could expand on that.
Yeah, I think this show really captures a very specific New York, Brooklyn experience, a sort of a new take on the classic millennial story. I think you're right about television shows. The thing that I love about this is that it still has an indie sensibility. It was made as an indie television show that then got bought by TBS. So the true vision that our showrunners and our creators had, TBS actually gave that as an avenue to exist. So I think we made something really special, and I'm excited for people to see it.
How would you say from your perspective that this project is different just for you in terms of your creative voice than anything else out there?
Well, there's no ego involved, which in Hollywood, that's so rare. Our cast and our creators, there's just a whole spirit of be creative. Because I think to be able to be funny and feel confident being funny, you have to feel open. And when the creators are yeah, throw us lines, it's a very rare experience that I don't take for granted.
So they actually trust you, trust your input, want you to.
I think they feel very much we hired these people for a reason. Let's let them do what they want. I'm sure everybody's sort of echoing the same thing. But you're just I feel so truly grateful. So I think people will feel that.
Even though this is a show that is a comedy, it's light. I think satire on TV right now, what's going on, Samantha Bee and Trevor Noah and John Oliver, I think comedians, not just on-air hosts, but writers and actors in comedies, I think there's a responsibility there. Can you speak to that?
I think there's a responsibility to all artists and all activists, that people who truly believe that there should be a change that happens right now. One show that I really, really am just head over heels for is Atlanta. And if you watch the latest episode, it really speaks about what's going on right now. But I've always found through just researching history is that it's these moments in time where artists have to take that stance and they have to speak up for the times and bring a light to what's happening and what's going on in what's happening right now. So I fully pledge to take that responsibility, because my grandmother clearly passed on that baton to me. and to everyone else. So I think that it's our time to speak up as millenniums and say, like, no, we're going to fight for this. We're going to fight for our country. We're going to fight for our rights, and that we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
I didn't think we'd get this deep at the search
Let's
party.
get deep. No, we should, because I say that in all truthfulness because it's scary to a lot of people. I have to say, being African American, it's like, all right, we've been through this shit before. You guys are okay. You just, get a job. Fine. But I think for the most part, it's an opportunity where everyone has been able to come together in a collective an acceptance of, like, okay, we are in trouble. There is something that's happening, and that's something that we should be awakened to.
And think of all the beautiful creative projects that are going to come out of that unity, you know?
Gosh, yeah.